It's time to start reading my books for SPFBO 10 or SPFBox. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brianna and this is 4 Paws in a Book. I make bookish videos over here on my little corner of the internet, so if that's something that you're interested in, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below. Today it is time to start the journey to find the semi-finalist for SPFBO 10 or SPFBox. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I am a part of Cassidy's judging team over at Covers with Cassidy. She is an official judge for SPFBO, which is a self-published fantasy blog off, and it's a competition where 300 self-published fantasy books are put into a to the death competition and one will come out the winner. We are currently in phase 1 where we are finding the semi-finalist. So the way this starts is our group got 30 books. There are 6 of us on Cassidy's team. We've each been given 10 books. And yes, the math does work because 2 people are reading each book to give the book the best chance at becoming a semi-finalist. Because while a book may not work for one person, it may be exactly what another person is looking for. And so this way we have the best chance. Over the next few weeks, I will be reading my 10 books. If you want to know which ones they are, I did a video introducing them, telling you about the synopsis. I'll leave it up in the cards above. I'm going to be reading 3 books in this vlog, and then there will be 2 other vlogs. And the idea is that we will choose 1 to 2 from each of the vlogs to move forward to choose my semi-finalist. So 1 to 2 books in each vlog will stay in the running until the end of my time at SPFBO, and the rest of them will be eliminated personally. Now remember, because there are 2 people reading each book, it's not officially eliminated until the other person also has read it and has not chosen it as their semi-finalist. So while I might use the word eliminate, it doesn't actually mean that they are officially eliminated until both of us have decided it's not going to move forward. So in this vlog, I'm going to be reading 3 books. They were kind of picked at random. So the first one is Stone Cold Alibi by W.B. Biggs. This is a kind of like a supernatural mystery, like detective mystery book, which is not something that I have read a lot of, and it's like a noir mystery, and there are angels and demons and this like heavenly battle, and that is sometimes a buzzword for me if it's done well. Lucifer is one of my favorite shows in existence. So anytime that there is this like battle between heaven and hell and angels and demons, I am very intrigued. So that's the first book that we're going to be reading. And then the second one is Goddess Found by Calanth Colt. And this is a really fun, unique premise because it is The Bachelor in a fantasy world. So we still have magic. Our characters have the magical abilities, but there is this like reality dating show, and they're trying to find the goddess. There's a little bit of mixed media. There are some like letters and like I guess it's multimedia, I guess, and it's giving like Charm Offensive vibes, but in a fantastical world. Kind of a fun way to break up the you know, epic fantasies. And then finally, we will be reading Evil's Unlikely Assassin. And this book is, I don't want to say my introduction into paranormal urban fantasy, but I am not well versed in the topic, not well versed in the subgenre. And this is about a girl who is a vampire, and she is tasked, or she's made a deal with a demon, and she is tasked with killing a supernatural being every single day for the next 50 years to be able to get her life back. She wants to be a human again, and this was the deal that she made, that she would do this for 50 years and then they would like give her life back. But obviously like it's not going to be that simple. So that's why she's like an assassin. She's like going around trying to like find the bad vampires and the vampires that are like killing humans, and like she goes and assassinates them. I'm really excited about the idea of diving into new subgenres and new like micro tropes within fantasy. Obviously the fantasy genre is changing so much as we like move forward in publishing, both traditional publishing and self-published. Obviously we're talking about self-pub books today, but like when you think of fantasy, the ones that are the most popular, the ones that you see a lot of stories, they are things that have politics in them and revolutions, like politics and revolutions, military, like, you know, there's a theme here. And so I'm really excited about all 10 books that I have in my group, because a lot of them don't fit into the politics and revolution type of like trope in fantasy. And so this is definitely going to get me out of my comfort zone a little bit, because obviously like there is a lot of other things in fantasy, but like as you can tell, like this this is where I like to live. And so having the ability to stretch myself, to go outside of my comfort zone, and to maybe find a new favorite has me very excited. So with that said, let's get into the vlog portion of the video. Hi, if you're new here, we do a lot of car updates. So good morning, welcome to my car. It's July 2nd, and last night I started Stone Cold Alibi by W.B. Biggs. This is gonna be my first book for SPFBO. I don't know how many of these books I will get read this week because it's not a slow week for me, but that's okay. I'll bring you along with me. I read about 35% of this. I wanted to read more of it last night, but I wasn't feeling super great. So I got about 35%, and I have very mixed feelings about this book. When I started it, I was like, oh, I really like the writing. Like, it's very descriptive without being overly descriptive. Does that make sense? Like the way that it's describing the characters and the settings. And it's like, here's the thing, I love New Orleans. That is one of my favorite locations for books, especially when you add in like the noir element to it. I don't know, like that time period mixed with that setting, it just kind of works for me. It's got some like supernatural vibes, but like not set in the early 2000s, but like the whole like assault around the the morgue kind of thing. I don't know, it's just like the main character is kind of interesting. He's kind of quirky. He's he's just a little off, and that's fun. Like, that's a super fun character to read about. But as we were continuing on in the story, it's very, very evident that this book is entirely too short. It's very apparent, it's very obvious that the author is hitting the high points of the story. The author, you know, has this bullet list of, okay, we need to do point A and then point B and then point C. And that's exactly what is happening, rather than the journey from point A to point B, if that makes any sense. This is really hard to explain, but it's feeling a little bit jumbled. Like, we're like, okay, well, we need this scene, and then we need this scene, and then we need this scene, but there's no like connecting points that connect those 3 points together. Does that make sense? I'm not explaining myself well, but that is the problem that I'm having with this book. Because our main character has this third eye, and he can essentially like talk to this deity, this like, I don't know what he is or what it is. I don't know why our main character has this ability or anything like that. It's just that we have that, and like literally the second scene is our main character talking to this entity, and I'm confused to how we got there. So anyways, that's where we're sitting. It's reading very fast. I do think that I will be able to finish it probably this evening. Unfortunately, it doesn't have an audiobook, or at least I don't have the audiobook. So I'm only reading it with my eyeballs on my Kindle. So might try to read a little bit if I get a lunch break today. I don't know that I'm going to, but like, other than that, I will just finish it tonight. I just wanted to come in and touch base with you because I wanted to do it yesterday, but yesterday was a busy day at work, and then B, I wasn't feeling super great. I'm definitely hitting the like post Amazing Readathon burnout / like trying not to get sick. I can't get sick. We have a wedding this week. My niece is getting married on Friday, and I have a lot of stuff to do for that. It should be illegal to get sick in the summer. Just saying. But anyway, I'm gonna go to work, and I will come back when I finish this book. We're back in the car. It's much later in the afternoon. It's like 4:30. I haven't done any more reading for this vlog, but one of the things that I kind of wanted to deal with these vlogs, because they're kind of week in the life vlogs, but also kind of challenge vlogs, is do some more like lifestyle stuff. So I am at the garden shop, and I am going to find some new like potted plants for my front porch. It's something that I've been wanting to do for like months now, and just haven't gotten around to it. And it's 4th of July weekend. Well, it's like the 2nd, and the parade for 4th of July literally goes through our like front yard. Like we will sit on our porch and watch the parade. So I kind of want our front porch to like look nice, because there will be like people that will be there. So I was like, well, it's now or never. We're gonna do it. So I thought I would take you with it. My plan is to get something that's like already pre-potted, and then I don't have to worry about like creating my own thing. So that's the goal. That's what we're gonna do. And I figured I'd take you along. So let's go.
I'm sending out an SOS from the sinking in my soul. Oh, and I just need you to know I'm sending smoke signals. Cause I've been feeling so alone, I'm losing hope. Can anybody see me? I've been on my own for so long that I'm scared that I might never find someone.
Hello, hi. My face is super red right now, but that's okay. I just got off sprints. I wanted to come in and talk to you. It is the 3rd, so it's Wednesday evening. I finished Stone Cold Alibi last night. I am gonna do this vlog a little bit differently than I normally do, because normally I like to tell you what my star rating is and all that stuff. I'm gonna do that at the end because of the way that I'm doing the SPFBO vlogs. My goal is to do 3 vlogs. So 2 of them will have 3 books in it, and 1 of them will have 4 books in it. And then my goal is to kind of take maybe 1 to 2 from each vlog. That may not happen if I like love all 3 in one, but my goal is to take 1 to 2 of them into the conversation where I talk about my semifinalists, because at the end of those 3 vlogs I will have a video where I will kind of recap what I did, talk about all 10 books, and then like what I liked and what I didn't like about them, and then pick my semifinalists, much like I did last year. If you are unfamiliar with that, I will link last year's video and my announcement and how I did that. I kind of want to run it the same way, but adding in vlogs, because I didn't vlog last year and I kind of want to do that this year, so that's what we're doing. I think that this book is kind of like if Supernatural and American Gods had a book baby. That's kind of how this book is. I do think that this book would have benefited from being a little bit longer, because we got really jumbled, and there were times where I was really confused how we got from point A to point B, much like I talked about in my first clip about this book. And I think that had we had a little bit more of like a transition, you know, the moments of getting from this point to this point, I do think that the book would have been just a little bit more like fleshed out, because I think that the author had some really good ideas and the concept is really interesting and unique, but I was very confused for a lot of the book. So that's where we're at. My second book, I did a random number generator last night, so I was like, I don't know what to read next. And because I still have like a plethora of books to choose from, I just did a random number generator from the list that I had from Cassidy. And the book that I chose was Goddess Found by Calanth Colt. And so this is actually a kind of fun book. I am 19% of the way in. I've been reading this one on sprints tonight, and this is fun. It's very much an urban fantasy. It's got a lot of like modern technology, and the book, the kind of the setting is this fantastical, magical bachelor show, and so it does have some like reality TV moments. It has some like behind the scenes discussions, much like if you've read The Charm Offensive, that kind of like those type of behind the scenes moments, and I'm kind of having fun with that. If you don't know, reality TV and game show like type, not game show, but like game, I guess that is reality TV. That's like a guilty pleasure of mine. I love it. If you're new here, hi, I run a whole month-long readathon based on The Amazing Race. I love my reality TV people, like, you know, real people involved with making entertainment rather than like dramas. I will watch a drama, but like I do love me a good reality TV show. So I'm kind of having fun with this, and it's very different, very like unique premise to what like you would normally see in a fantasy story. It has a little bit of a cozy element to it, but like overall it's just kind of fun and dramatic. We haven't really connected with certain characters yet. I feel like everything on a character level has been very surface. So I'm really looking forward to getting into more of the characters, more of their like backstories, their reasonings, their motivations, stuff like that. But the setting is fun, the premise is fun. That's where we're at now. So tomorrow is the 4th. We have a parade. You're probably gonna hear fireworks. Our 4th of July parade literally goes down our street, because we live on a kind of main street. So that means that I probably should go to bed soon because I need to get up in the morning and film some stuff before people start coming onto my front yard. Will it happen? I don't know. We'll see.
So I'm sending smoke. Stuck on a loop, going mad thinking that I could have missed all the cues. Yeah, my ship is set sail and I'm stranded. Now I'm lost in the thought that something is wrong and it's not my fault that no one seems to care to know me. Getting out here abandoned. I'm sending smoke.
Hello, it has been a while since I've talked to you. It's been a while and I'm late for work today, but we are just gonna make this work. I had a very long weekend. We had the 4th of July on Thursday, so we had the parade, and then we had a family thing, and like, you know, everybody came up for the pool and barbecue and fun stuff. Then we had several days of a wedding. So I'm exhausted. So Friday was the ceremony at the temple, and then like a luncheon, and so I set up that whole luncheon. It was beautiful. It was very much like outdoor tea party vibes. I was very proud of it. Honestly, if I could make a career out of being a wedding planner and being a decorator, I know that's not a thing, but like I love doing that. I love setting up for events and coordinating that stuff. I'm really good at it. And if I could make a career out of it, I would 100% do that. Unfortunately, it's really hard to get started. And like, it's not feasible in like today's economy to go down to one consistent income and try to like start your own venture. It's just not in today's economy, but I had so much fun doing it. So Friday we had the luncheon, and I got all that set up, and then Saturday we set up for the reception. And like, it's fun to do backyard weddings, but like, dear God, there's so much work. And I only probably did half of it because I wasn't even like a parent. Like, I know my brother-in-law and sister-in-law are like exhausted. So we didn't get home until like well after midnight on Saturday night, and then Sunday we still had a couple of family members in town, so we still wanted to like hang out with them. So today's Monday. I have done very little reading, but I did finish Goddess Found. I ended up having a lot of fun with this one. I think that like it started slow, and I do think that it needed a little bit more depth. I think the characters have they're just that we didn't get to know them enough until it was like too late into the book to like really understand motivations and things like that, which I think is why I struggled at the beginning of it. And I was just like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the point is. I don't know why our characters are doing this. And so like, once you find out the motivations of the characters and the backstories and things like that, it was a little bit too late. However, I still had so much fun with this one. This was very different than your traditional fantasy book with, you know, high stakes. I mean, there's still high stakes. I mean, there's still stakes, obviously. Otherwise there wouldn't be a book. But it was just like, it was fun. It was a very unique premise, a very unique concept. The magic of this world is really unique. And I don't know, it was just something that like you don't see in your typical like run-of-the-mill fantasy book. It was a refreshing book to have in my list, and so I'm really glad that I got to add it. I don't know what I'm going to rate it yet, but I'll come back to you at the end when I wrap everything up. However, I wanted 3 books in this vlog at least, but I kind of need to like wrap up this vlog. So my plan is I was able to find the audiobook for Evil's Unlikely Assassin. I can't remember who the author is, but here's the cover. And I am going to try to listen to this while I'm at work today. I think it's like about an 8.5 hour audiobook. So theoretically, I should be able to read all of this today. Will I be able to? I don't know, but we're gonna try. So that's the plan. I'm gonna try to like read all of this. I might touch base with you at lunch and see what progress I'm at. It's a very busy day for me, not in terms of like having meetings and stuff like that, so like theoretically I should be able to listen to an audiobook in a day. That is the plan. But I am currently 45 minutes late to work. late for me. We're required to be out the office by 9, but if I work early, then I get to go home early, which is nice. But today this morning, I've been so exhausted. I slept for like 10 hours Saturday night, which never happens. Last night I struggled getting to bed because of that. But it is what it is. Anyways, I do need to go to work. But that's my update for right now. I enjoyed this, and I think it definitely has an audience. I'm very curious to see like how this book will stack up in terms of like the rest of my SPFBO books, but also just in terms of like how this would fit in with SPFBO, because it is just so different. But I'm here for that. So, you know, it's 2024. Let's do something unique. Hello, it's Monday evening. We're wrapping up the vlog. This afternoon, I did finish Evil's Unlikely Assassin. I have the hardest time remembering the name of this book, but Evil's Unlikely Assassin. And you know what? To like mostly my own surprise, really liked this book. I did not talk to you about it because I straight listened to the entire thing during work, and I also forgot to take a lunch break because I was like in the middle of a project and I just like forgot. So I finished this book at work today. I really enjoyed it. Now here's the thing. My experience with urban fantasy or paranormal fantasy with some romance involved is like City of Bones, okay? So like I don't have a lot of experience with this. So is this a fantastic urban fantasy that's unique? I don't know because like I haven't read any. But I had a really fun time listening to this book. The audiobook is really, really well done. The narrator is Chelsea Stevens, who I don't think I've ever listened to anything that she's narrated, but I will 100% be looking for her as a narrator going forward. I'm actually probably gonna continue the series. Like I might continue on. I read like the first chapter of the next book because it was on the audiobook. I was very nervous about this book. Not because I didn't think it was gonna be good or anything like that, just because like paranormal fantasy, paranormal romantasy with vampires and werewolves and stuff like that, the market is very saturated with that subgenre, but at the same time it's not something that I tend to gravitate towards. So I had no expectations actually, and I think that really helped this book because it was just a fun time. Like we had this like ghost sidekick that was kind of a fun thing. This book 100% needs to be a CW show. Like it has all of the drama, all of the angst, all of the tension of a CW Vampire Diaries like type of show. I don't know, like it just made my Monday better. So we're wrapping up this vlog. I'll have 2 more vlogs after this, and I'm going to move 2 books forward and keep them in the running for my semi-finalists. Like I said at the beginning, there are 2 people in Cassidy's group that are reading each book, so we have 2 chances to put it forward as a semi-finalist. So Stone Cold Alibi is going to be eliminated for me personally. However, I don't know if the other person in our group has read this book yet, so it's not officially eliminated yet. However, Goddess Found and Evil's Unlikely Assassin are moving forward, and then when the vlogs are done, I will do a little wrap-up of every book that is still in the running and announce my semi-finalist. So stay tuned for that. The vlogs will be coming out in the next couple of weeks as I read these books, and then my semi-finalist announcement will be towards the end of August. Let me know down in the comments below a book that you were really surprised by. I'm very surprised by this book. I had a lot of fun. Actually, I had a lot of fun with both of the books that are still in the running. So, you know, we are starting out this vlog series on a pretty high note, which is exciting. I had thought I would only move 1 book forward from each vlog, so moving 2 forward is exciting. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below a book that has surprised you. And if you're not feeling chatty, do a vampire emoji, because that is what Evil Unlikely Assassin is. If you want to see a synopsis of all 10 of the books that I am reading for SPFBO 10, I'm going to leave my like introduction to SPFBO 10 right here, and I'll also have Cassidy's video announcing her entire team down in the description below. That's all I have for you today. If you're new here and you have not yet subscribed, there's a little button you can do so down below the video. If you'd like to hang out with me more, the links to my Instagram, Goodreads, Twitter, and my Patreon are linked in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!